am back. It is Monday. It is the 24th of October. It's 12:45 p.m. And it's my first day back to work after spending a week in Maui. And I feel pretty good. I made one recording while I was in Maui, and it was on the last day, and I was feeling a little edgy and irritable, and was hoping to get past that and feel some of the revitalized and rejuvenated perks that I was hoping to feel after spending a week in one of the most extraordinary places I've ever been. And I feel pretty good today. I feel really good. And I've got some new perspective, I've got some new perception, I've got a clarity and a focus that I'm very pleased with. I'm still just a hair fuzzy from the traveling. Traveled overnight on Saturday night with a 5-hour loss of time traveling across the time zones. So we didn't get really any sleep overnight on Saturday. We rolled into town yesterday morning about 10 o'clock. Went and grabbed something to eat, and we didn't even unpack. We just took the stuff out of the car and left it in the hallway. Got something to eat and then laid down and took a nap for a few hours. It was a little bit fuzzy last night, but I went to bed relatively early. Normal time for us, I guess, for a weeknight. And barely made that. Surprisingly, I feel good. Really, I was worried that the travel was going to throw me off. I was feeling only the slightest bit of hesitancy, not really dread, but coming back in on a Monday after being gone for a week and knowing that there's probably things that need to be addressed that come up. But it's been good. It's been an easy morning. I've been sorting through all the emails that I got. Last week I'd been monitoring them on a daily basis, so I was aware of everything that was in my inbox. I didn't really open everything. I only opened what I thought might be critical or a priority last week, just in case I needed to redirect it to somebody else to handle immediately. And so far, sorting through everything looks like it's been taken care of. There's no really pressing or stressful issues that are ongoing, and it's good. It was a good transition back into the office. It's taken me nearly 5 hours to get everything sorted out for the day and feel comfortable getting out. I've got 3 properties that had move-ins last week that I need to get signs and lock boxes from. Don't want to fall off that wagon and fall behind on that like I did last year getting into this time of year. So trying to get that back on schedule, on task. Going to do one right now. I've got a couple more to do this afternoon. Got a handful of deposit reconciliations that I need to process, but nothing critical, nothing stressful, and I'm not allowing myself right now to get stressed by any of these circumstances. I'm trying to manipulate my perception perspective to not allow frustration to creep in or any of those negative side effects. And I'm feeling what I feel pretty much every year. It's my 3rd year now going to a national conference, spending super motivated, and I was listening to inspirational and motivational speakers talking about improving the quality of your business, improving the quality of your life, enhancing your reality, which is all stuff that that's where I live, that's what I do. But it makes the things that stick out in the office even more glaringly obvious. And it's, for me, I get angry because those things are there, and I want to see them changed. And it'll die down. Sometimes it takes a couple days, sometimes it takes a couple weeks, but I'd really like to see some of these things that we talk about so much in these conferences be initiated and implemented in our office to make it even better. And it's not terrible now, but I definitely think there's some things that need to be tweaked, can be tweaked, and it's mostly staff related. And I'm not going to elaborate on that right now because no need to get myself all worked up about it. But bottom line is I feel good. I feel positive. Very excited about some of the people that I met, was able to communicate with there. I did meet our keynote speaker, Patrick Snow, after his opening talk, which was impressive. And I listened to his opening presentation, and it was good. It wasn't the best one that I've been presented with in the conferences that I've been to, but it was good. And he also does publishing coaching, which I was really interested in. And more than what he was talking about for our group, which was geared towards that, was what he does on the side, what he does as a professional, which is very much where I want to be. I definitely would feel very comfortable modeling my ideal lifestyle, my ideal life's position, much like what he has. He lives in Maui, he travels and speaks, he writes, he helps other people write and get publish their own stuff. Again, very much the lifestyle that I'm trying to shift myself into, and he makes good money doing it, which is fantastic. He gets to experience some of the things in life that I'm very interested in experiencing. So looking forward to possibly working with him, maybe collaborating on something. But we'll see how it goes. I did talk to him after that first meeting, told him what I was interested in. He gave me one of his books for free. He was selling them to everybody else, but he gave me one and gave me his card. He seemed very genuinely enthusiastic about helping me publish some of my work and coaching me through that. So I'm definitely excited about that. He just asked that I send him a text sometime this week, which I've already done. I did it just before I left the office, so I'm a little bit excited about having typed that and sent that, because again, it's me reaching out and trying to make a connection, establish somebody to collaborate with. I got the same rush doing that as I did when I emailed Tiffany Fitzhenry last year, and it's developing a pattern in my process here that I'm building on and trying to continue to perpetuate, which is fantastic. It gives me not just a mental, psychological rush, but physically. I mean, I feel that rush of adrenaline. I feel my heart turn to the beat a little more, and we can skip a beat here and there, and just little butterflies, and I like that. I'm embracing that feeling, that reaction, and hopefully it goes somewhere, and if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. I feel, what I've gained from it already has been beneficial. If it goes no further than where it's at now, I will still have benefited from that. So I'm looking forward to that. And I was really on the fence because after meeting him and talking to him and saying, this could lead to something that would lead me to seeing the way where he's at right now and what he does and how he does it, and the way he's existing in his life. unspoken hopes of the conference that I would meet somebody or run into somebody that may be able to help me down that path. But on a secondary, or at the time was primary, was to go and make some contacts and get some information and talk about the possibility of opening our own property management company in Corpus Christi, which I'm still actively looking at. Something just came out of my tooth. I would be comfortable going either way. I mean, I've been not on the fence. I've been viewing it from two different perspectives, and one was kind of more of a selfish standpoint, where I felt like, and I think I've already talked about this a couple of times, so I don't know that I'm going to really elaborate too much on it. But the idea of getting into motivational speaking, public speaking, and writing and life coaching, things like that, very much like what Patrick does, has been a goal. And it was the goal when I started last year, when we left the conference, when we got into November, December last year. I said, I'm going to be doing that. After seeing the speakers last year, I was like, by the time the conference comes around in Hawaii, I will be doing that. I'll be doing my own presentation at the conference. And that was kind of this motivational, lofty goal that I had set for myself at the end of last year, beginning of this year. And as the year went on, it just wasn't panning out. It wasn't really going anywhere. And I didn't abandon it, but I didn't really know where else to push to get that to move any farther. So, but I feel like now it seems like more of a possibility, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I believe that 100%, and I'm still holding that possibility in my mind that when the Orlando conference comes around next year, that's a possibility again, that I'll be presenting a breakout session, or possibly even one of the opening or closing speakers. And it's exciting to me to consider that as a possibility. I don't see the sign for this one. Maybe I already grabbed it. I'll have to double check that. It's possible that I already pulled that sign. I'm going to get the lockbox out the door, though. Alright, so I'm going to grab this real quick. All right, task complete. All right, so back on with the same topic. So I'm looking forward to the options now of those two different things. Having been in Hawaii, I would definitely like to go back. I would definitely like to, I think it did a lot for me in ways I can't even describe. But very powerful place, and definitely conducive to my approach to life. Just the culture, their atmosphere, their everything about it just really connected with me. And after listening to our closing speaker on Friday afternoon and talking about the Aloha spirit, definitely something that I feel like I can work with, and I'm looking forward to going back. So I'm hoping that we get something sorted out, and maybe I get to travel back on another trip here very soon, and maybe work with Patrick a little bit on moving my goals forward, and so we'll see. I said to a few people about opening my management company in Corpus. Still definitely considering that as a possibility. Still considering the possibility of taking it the reality show kind of route, and creating a product out of that. And we'll see. Things I don't have to make any choices right now. I've already taken some steps to get the ball rolling on these things, and I've got some time. We're getting into the slower time of the year. If I'm going to build a business in Corpus right now, would be the time to do it. I'd like to have something up and running by for the busy season of next year, if that's the route that I'm going to go. If I'm going to get into the more philosophical approach and get into the coaching, public speaking, writing thing that I was hoping to get into, then we'll just see how that all works out. I'm not sure what kind of timeline that's going to take. So I feel good about all of those things. I know there was a couple little odds and ends rolling around in my mind around those two big things that I was hoping to talk about. And I right now can't put my finger on what those were, but there's a few things that I have developed in my writing and my talking, and certain catchphrases, keywords, and I think I want to look into, before I get too far into the possibility of sharing this, and especially with the possibility of collaborating with others, which I've got a list of people that I would still like to maybe contact and maybe work out something with, but I want to look into the